I'm Alison Brie, and I'm Jeff Baena, and we're playing Choose Your Squad.
You both are going to be casting a brand new romantic thriller.
We're against each other. We're each forming our own.
Everyone on this board is from either a movie that both of you have done or one of Jeff's films. You get to pick 5 people, and you have up to 15 points to spend. You'll find some steals in the 3 and 1 pointers. Technically, I'd say everyone in there should be worth 5 points, but I had to differentiate it somewhere.
I mean, just for the record, looking at this board is insanely trippy to see all these faces, and I've had, a connection with them at different points in my life, and just obviously, this hurts to have to narrow it down, but...
Go, please. First pick, sir.
I'll go with Aubrey Plaza. Obviously, I'm a big fan of her work and her as a person. I think she's a versatile actress who can effortlessly glide between comedy and drama. She loves romantic comedies as much as she loves horror movies.
Okay, I'm going to choose Nick Offerman. I feel like this is a real steal that I'm getting away with here, given this low point value. But Offerman is like a Swiss Army knife in his knowledge of the outdoors and also of comedy. People love him. He can do anything. He's so entertaining no matter what he's doing.
I'm going to go with Molly Shannon. If it was up to me, she'd be in everything I ever made. I think Molly is one of the most fun people. Her enthusiasm is contagious. She's energetic. She's down for anything. She's one of the funniest people, and I've been a fan of hers since ultimately Twin Peaks, because I watched Twin Peaks when I was a kid and I loved it. But Saturday Night Live and Year of the Dog showed her versatility. I think she's just an outstanding human being and the sweetest. And I think she has really good chemistry with Aubrey. So I think we're building towards a great thing so far. So we have 8 points.
I'll choose Jenny Slate. Nice to get some female energy into my squad. She's so talented. She really is like effervescent. I feel like all of her roles feel like she acts them with compassion and joy. And I'm always happy to see her in anything. I feel like my audience would be just as excited to see her in my movies with this team.
All right, I'm going to go with Zach Woods to get myself up to 9 points. Zach is an absolute madman comic genius. He and Aubrey know each other since they were 19 years old. So they have a back history and kind of came up together and speak the same language, at least in terms of improvisation and comedy. He can do no wrong. He's insanely insightful. He's soulful and completely in tune to people. Just the stuff he comes up with on the fly is incredible. So you rated him way too low with 1 point.
I'm going to choose Jason Schwartzman. I've never worked with him before, so that would be exciting for me. I've been a fan since Rushmore, Phantom Planet. I feel like he has such a unique energy. He's really unlike any other performer, and he's very shrewd in the way that he chooses projects. I think he has really good taste. When he shows up in something, I always know that I'm going to like it because I just consider him to be a really discerning person when it comes to creative endeavors. And, seeing him in all of Wes Anderson's movies, there's just always something a little unexpected, and that's exciting.
So I'm going to go with Adam Pally. I love Adam Pally. His sense of humor is dangerous and chaotic. And I think I always appreciate chaos, especially in my movies. And I think his self-deprecation and self-awareness is a real fun element to add. Additionally, he also knows Aubrey from back in the day, so they have chemistry. He knows Zach from back in the day. I can't think of a funnier combo of Zach and Pally together. I haven't seen that in real life. I can only imagine what that would be like. I think he'd be an incredible leading man. I think Zach's obviously a great leading man. I think their chemistry and sort of whatever the opposite of chemistry is, sort of repulsion, could be really magical. Also, I think he's rated way too low. I mean, I'm going to advocate for everyone in the 1s and 3s that's ridiculous the way they're rated. I think they're all incredible.
Definitely. To support that, I'm going to choose Alia Shawkat. God, she's so talented and such a complex performer. I loved Search Party so much. She just brought a devastating humanity to her character and really kept everything so grounded in reality. I feel like no matter what she's in, if things are going off the rails around her, she's so grounded. I love even like the like tenor of her voice. And she's another very unique performer. I think that the cast I'm assembling, they all are just so unique, such unique little gems.
So I have 10 points. I'm going to go up to 13 points by choosing Ego. This is the first chance I've had to work with her, but I've been a fan of hers on Saturday Night Live. I think she's hysterical. And having spent more time with her, both shooting and since shooting, I'm really blown away by her mind. And I think she has a lot to show. And I think she's only getting started. It's only a matter of time until she blows up big time.
All right, this is where things get tricky because in a way I just want to spend it all. I'm going to choose Aiden Mayeri. I can't believe it took me this long to choose her. This is another kind of stealthy steal. Aiden is so freaking funny and such a fun person. I love her. I love her personality. She worked with my husband, Dave, on the After Party, which was sort of how we came to discover her for this. He recommended her for the role. And Jeff and I met with her over Zoom and we just were like, yes, we're in. And then after working with her on this, Dave and I cast her in our movie, Somebody I Used to Know, that we shot a few months later. I just want to keep working with her and knowing her for the rest of my life. She is such a joy to be around and truly can take one line and make it the funniest thing in the scene. She's going to be new for a lot of people. And I'm really excited to like introduce people to her and her work because she is hysterical.
All right, this one's easy. I'm going to go with Debbie Ryan. Alison and I met Debbie for Horse Girl and we're blown away by also her self-awareness and self-deprecation and come up with crazy like new takes. I mean, I would love to put her in everything, just like I kind of have been. I would love to see her with that combo that I'm putting together so far.
I'm going to go with Fred. Fred Armisen.
You have to.
Fred makes me laugh like to a fault. It's a problem of mine where I think Fred is always joking. And I feel like every person I talk to says this, where like Fred can do anything and it's funny. When Fred's trying to be serious, it's funny. Fred could just be standing there like forever. I imagine him in the Little Hours in that little wig. Like he's so fully committed to whatever bit he's doing and takes it to sort of like weirder places than you might have imagined. Like he brings something more to the character than we might have even thought. And he's just such an all-star.
And this is very much a Sophie's Choice situation between Gelman and Ben. I love them both dearly. I'm going to have to go with Gelman this time. I feel like with this cast, Gelman would slot right in. Gelman has the ability to play high drama and then also is one of the funniest people you've ever met in your life. Also insanely committing to his role, but he draws from a rich theater background while also going, old school UCB with Aubrey and Zach and Pally. So they have their shared history, and Pally and Gelman are a really fun combination that I got to play with on Joshi. And, Gelman would steal scenes. And I think in this crew that I have put together, I need someone to just kind of be a disruptor and be the guy in the scene that sort of just like is the focal point of intense either humor or compassion or drama. I think you get it all with Gelman. I think he's underappreciated. He should be worth 10 points. I think he's a comic genius. I have to go with Gelman because he's like sort of like a spiritual soul brother.
All the better for me because I get to snap up the tasty morsel that is Ben Sinclair, and I'm happy to do it. I also think you're talking about comedic frequencies, like Ben's frequency is unlike any person I know. He's the chill guy, but he's spiritual and he's so artistic. Like his artistic perspective is vast. I really enjoyed, this was my first time meeting him and working with him on this. And I think he brings a wealth of knowledge to everything he does because he's worked so much in different capacities, writing and directing and producing and all that stuff. While at the same time, I think he does still exist in a bit of a dangerous space as well. Like he can be a bit of a wild card. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. And that's the title of my movie.
I would go with Sexual Oregon. And so it's a little bit of a pun. And the movie is about an Esalen-style retreat that all of these people go to, looking for themselves and finding each other.